Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
All right, welcome back to Wind Tunnel TV. Tonight we've got the Brian McGowan Memorial 200 as we celebrate one of the Toadman's good friends who was lost over the July 4th weekend. We are here at Auto Club for the opening of this season, the Alive Church Xfinity Series. I'm Dean Doucette. He is Adam Newton, the Bulldog himself in the booth. Adam, a little bit of Auto Club action here tonight.
Yeah, it should be a great race. It's hot, slick, and going to eat some tires up. And hopefully they'll put on a heck of a show for the McGowan family to support their favorite driver and honor their loved one that has left us, unfortunately.
Yeah, let's go ahead and read a little bit about Brian McGowan. He's a retired U.S. Marine, or was a retired U.S. Marine. As we said, one of the Toadman's best friends growing up. They went to school together, spent countless hours riding dirt bikes, learning to drive, chasing the ladies, and lots of other recreational activities that were much safer in the 70s and 80s. Brian entered the U.S. Marine Corps just after high school, going on to serve his country in 5 decades in multiple branches of the U.S. military. He was larger than life, and tonight is a celebration of his career and service to his nation. Tonight is the first race of a new season, and we are celebrating, not mourning, a hero. Rock on and stay lifted. Mac, Semper Fi Marine. May God bless and keep the McGowan family. Gentlemen and ladies, well, we'll wait for that, but it's a little start your engines there.
Absolutely. What a tribute to a wonderful person.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, people who serve their country, Adam, I mean, you've been around a lot of them, and they truly should be honored.
Absolutely. It takes a unique individual to serve their country. Not everybody is um, built for that kind of duty, but it's a true honor to be able to serve and fight for your country and its freedom.
Well, like the Toadman says, it's a celebration tonight, folks, not a mourning. And we are going to do that here at Auto Club. Adam, good old Auto Club, me and you know a little bit about this track, and tell us your thoughts on Auto Club here.
Well, it's one of my favorite tracks. It's got multiple lines you can run off of, and you know, I call it the Dean line. Your entry into one has got to be precise throughout the run. Hit your marks, hit this special Dean line, and you may pull away from the field in 1 and 2. Then you got a different but more tricky entry into 3 and 4. Over the run, it can get slick on the bottom, or some guys can take it easy and get that monster run on the high side. But whoever conquers this track in those manners will come out victorious tonight.
Yeah, I love it. It's an interesting track to be sure. There's a lot of different ways to drive it, but one thing is certain: you can't burn your stuff up, can you, Adam?
Oh no, overdriving your car here is like the biggest killer. It will take you out this race before it even gets going good.
And the other thing to say, you know, we are in a new season, new hope. Dreams are alive for everybody here, and early carnage can sure dampen that night for someone, can it, Adam?
Oh, absolutely. And there's several drivers that have to think about their previous season. I mean, you're coming off a championship for Bryce Rhino, which is now retired, and hope he's watching and having fun. And I mean, guys like Spear Tucker and Ratliff, those guys didn't have their normal season this past um, year, and I think they're looking to turn those kind of races around for this season.
Yeah, I think a lot of people see an opportunity here with Batman not on the track. So, we also, George Leal not in the field tonight. So, I mean, it's really opened up for some of these guys, and opportunity knocks here right now. Everybody gridding up, getting ready to go. Let's get into tonight's starting grid. On the pole, it's the big dog himself, Greg Ratliff, with a time of 41.901. TJ Rogers been very fast in his latest races. We'll see what he can do from the outside of the pole. Darren Bruce will start on the inside of row number 2 with Chris Owens on the outside. Chris, a rookie, I do believe. He may have driven in some of the other series. Adam Recker and Claus Williams will start in row 3. Michael Ottoviani and Eric Beller in row 4. You got Ripka and Brantley rounding out the top 10. And then Dibble and Jackson will start 11th and 12th. After that, you've got Spear, Whitford, Abear, Hunt, Valley, Tony Ratliff, Weeks, Gilly himself, the Toadman, will start 20th, and let's get a look at the Toadman here as he's running with perhaps a heavy heart or a reason to celebrate. Take your choice, but he's going to try and get up there tonight. Troy Torgerson 21st, Tom Ashley in 22nd. You got Edward Kane and Corey Buskirk in row 12. And then it's Herb Ashley, Paul Travis, Kulikowski, Barise Thompson, Ratliff, Fleming, and LaPrime, rounding out a 32-car field.
Yeah, we had to give an old shout out to old Pork Chop. He done turned another year older. He went around the sun one more time, Dean.
Well, there you go. We're all getting a little bit older, and there is the 88 up on the high side with that Alive Church machine. Levitt got a little baby blue going there.
Yeah, a couple guys got some new paint schemes for this season. And my big question for you, Dean, now since the Batman is gone, I know we saw some really guys turn it up at the end of the season. Who's your favorite for tonight?
I mean, I can't not bet on Darren Bruce tonight, but right now the green flag waving. We're going racing here at Auto Club.
Yeah, got a pretty clean start going down into turn 1, Dean. Looks like Owens, the newcomer, is going to get a good run on the outside of Darren coming off exit 2.
Yeah, TJ Rogers pushing up there. Bruce going to slip in line. And that's what we're going to see. We've seen this in these cars, fixed setup. The high side eventually will dominate. So, I mean, it's tricky, isn't it, here, Adam? I mean, high side's going to wear them out also.
Yeah, it is. But at some point, the guys are going to be looking for grip. And I think that whoever can maintain the high side the longest without burning their stuff up, I think they're going to be the best on the long run.
Well, we're going to find out. Rogers has gone out to the lead, so he took the lead quickly, and he's got the power down. Here comes Chris Owens on the outside of Greg Ratliff. He's looking for second. Further back, all kinds of fights. Ross Weiss down there on the bottom, rocking that mellow yellow machine.
Yeah, bringing back the remnants of the original days of Thunder, not this new mess coming out.
Well, we don't really want to talk about that. I found out it wasn't NASCAR, and I was shocked to my very core, Adam.
Yeah. Hopefully these guys can teach the guys from the theater what the real days of Thunder is.
There you go. Chris Evans has moved up to second, now starting to chase down our leader, TJ Rogers. Back in the pack, they're still fighting back here. Spear on the bottom, Jackson up high. Looks like Bear up there as well.
Yeah, I see a lot of double side-by-side racing from Pork Chop on up right now, up to Torgerson, and Spear and Jackson, all those guys are racing real hard right now to try to get as many spots as they can and get some of that clean air on their nose.
See Torgerson there, and Tony Ratliff down on the bottom trying to sling it down in there. Torgerson trying to follow Rachel Hunt up there on the high side.
It's so hard to get the power down on the exit right now, especially with this green of a track and this hot right now. It's 117 degrees. It hadn't started cooling off yet, but once the track starts to cool down, those guys will be able to utilize that bottom on the exit. But right now, it's just a teeny tiny 2-bit slick down there on the bottom right now, Dean.
Yeah, and you can see up front, TJ Rogers. Now the group is all coming back together. Wrecker at the back of that group, Claus Williams and Lance Ripka trying to join them. And that's what you'll see here, what we call the concertina effect.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, the guy that saves the tire out of this group right here, they're going to start making some moves around lap 2025. You'll see who did what with their tire saving.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to work that wheel, not too much turn in it, and work the gas and the brake perhaps. I mean, you can drag a little brake around here, can't you, Adam?
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I really like, this is a driver's track. And once you figure out what line works best for your style and utilize it to the max potential, it can be an awesome track to race.
See a little further back here, battle for 8th place. Otto Viani fighting off Eric Beller or vice versa.
Yeah, I've been seeing guys like Jackson, Whitford. Jackson just made the pass on Brantley, but Brantley's trying to fight back on the inside right now. But several of those guys, they're starting to use a different little bit of line and try to make their way forward up to the front.
You see now we're getting pretty single file. A Bear a little bit lower than most. And this is what I'd be running the bottom, Adam. I don't know if it'd be a good idea or not, but I think it might pay off around lap 50. We'll wait and see.
Yeah, I've been watching a couple of guys and see that Darren is really taking his time to Wharton. Big Dog, he's pretty much doing the same thing. And the one that's really catching my eye that he's really conserving his tires and just following this group is the newlywed, Adam Wrecker. He's just managing his car really good, getting off the corner smooth, Dean.
Yeah, Adam Wrecker, I mean, he's always been fast, but we've been seeing it now for some time that he is coming to the front more and more. I think this is going to be a breakout season for that 11 car.
Absolutely, and you remember, I don't know if you saw on Facebook, he just recently got hitched, Dean.
I mean, God bless him. I'm happy for him, truly. I am. No, I have no further comment on that matter.
You don't like to be tied down, DD.
Well, let's just say I'd like to put it like I did 3 stints in my life. So if they sound like jail sentences, that's probably what I'm meaning. And that's a personal experience only. I love you, women. You make the world go around. Love you so much. I might have to try another. We'll go for a 4th
like
stint.
One guy that ain't tied down right now is Tony Ratliff. I tell you, he's been making some moves, and Ashley is coming right there with him as he's trying to get around Valley up there on the high side going into 1.
Yeah, Tony in there doing a nice job. That is Tom Ashley right behind him. Royce Valley right in this mix as well, and you can see they all kind of come together down the straightaway and then fan out a bit through the corners.
And I have to give a shout out to this young lady. She's running the Big Smile #1 car. Rachel's got a good run going tonight. She's looking very smooth, Dean, coming off of 3 and 4.
Yep, beautiful paint there. Rachel Hunt, the Big Smile machine. Of course, those who race with her know Rachel is got Parkinson's and doesn't talk over the microphone, but she will give you the big smile comment, and usually it's a very positive thing. When it's directed at me, it can have an alternate meaning, Adam.
Oh yeah, she puts up that frustrated smile.
That's right. No, we love Rachel. The community loves her, and for someone who's battled Parkinson's, I want to touch on that a little further. That she drives these machines to help with the tremors. So when she's in her rig driving, she doesn't have the tremors, at least not to the extent she does elsewhere. And she is driving more than most men on the service. So power to her, love her, and hopefully she'll have herself a good racing season here.
Well, one thing I'm picking up on right off the bat, and this is very unusual for these characters, Marisi and Kane. I'm wondering if they're saving gas. I see a couple other guys that have been very methodically, they're not really pushing their cars. Even Pork Chop right now, coming off of 4 running with Ratliff. These guys ain't pushing their cars hard right now. I'm wondering if they're trying to make it on one stop, Dean.
I mean, it's definitely possible. I mean, 45 laps, I think that's close to the number. I don't have those numbers on me right now, Adam, but I think it's doable. Right now, TJ Rogers leading this race. Greg Ratliff, Darren Bruce, and Wrecker there closing in. Chris Owens has slipped back now, so apparently that machine going away, the 26 machine.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few guys settle in that normally would be a little bit more aggressive moving forward. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. Owens' car is definitely falling off the mark as he gets passed by the guy that should be driving a Ford. He's driving a Chevrolet, and now Buckshot's coming up on the back of him. I think he might have burnt that right front up a little bit, Dean.
Yeah, definitely. And this is something that, newcomers come in this league. You might look around, you might see I ratings that seem fairly gettable or this, that. None of these guys run officials, Adam. And they're good race car drivers, and they've been racing each other a long time. You come in here and go hard for 10 laps, you're going to go to the back by lap 30, and it's just the way it is.
Oh, absolutely. And now you're seeing, the guy that should be driving a Ford, he's trying to make up a little ground to catch back up to Wrecker and them, but Wrecker and them, they're doing exactly what I would do right now strategically in this race. Stay in line right now, save your gas, manage your tires. You'll break away from the field and they can't catch you.
And I'm sorry, who's the guy who should be driving a Ford?
Ford Williams, Claus Williams. He's driving it is a beautiful green Alive Chevrolet, but it should be a Ford.
Well, I mean, I disagree, of course. Ain't nothing wrong with that beautiful Chevy there. East Coast web printers.
Yeah, got to pick on him. It's got a Coyote motor in it, so he'll know what that means.
Shots fired from the booth. The Bulldog here joining me at Auto Club here with the Alive Church Xfinity Series. Live fully alive.
Yeah, the one thing I noticed, I'm flipping through some stats real quick. The track has dropped another 2 degrees, Dean, so these cars are going to start getting a little bit more grip and tightening up a lot more.
Well, I mean, I just looked in on the track. We didn't talk about it, but 116, still a pretty slick track, isn't it?
It is, but at the rate, when we started the race, it was at 121. So we've fallen 5 degrees since the start of the race now we're on lap 17. That will come into play, but the other thing I'm keep watching on right now, and this will burn extra gas, we have a 14-mile-an-hour wind right now. As Bruce wants to come up in and pass the big dog right now, I think Bruce is saved, and he's getting closer to that magic number, what I was talking about. Getting towards lap 20, we'll see who has what, in my opinion.
good shots around the track here.
Yeah, 'cause right now, and I like what I see out of the guy that and Eric Beller and Buckshot. They're starting to pull away and they're really freaking in on wrecking those guys. They just got to stick together. Once they do that, Dean, they'll really separate from the field.
Right now, battle for the race lead. Darren Bruce taking it down low, trying to get underneath and around TJ Rogers. He getting a little help here from the big dog. Looking for a little racing room was Greg Ratliff. Rogers slings it in hard on the high side, trying to hold Bruce off, and he'll do just that.
That is the most frustrating pass to do right there, Dean. Because once you lose that momentum, the guy in the third place has to run on your outside every time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the passing place is probably in 3 and 4, but it is difficult.
And I like what I'm seeing out of Ratliff. He went up on that next higher line, and Bruce just got around him about 3 laps ago, and you just can't do anything with that momentum.
Yeah, it is extremely frustrating. You gotta have patience here. You see Bruce trying to surge ahead. Here comes Ratliff. So this is only helping TJ Rogers, your race leader, here on lap 20 of 90. Take a little.
But Ford guy, look at that. All that side-by-side racing, the Ford guy got into this picture real quick.
Let's get our little logos up just for you, Mr. Newton. 4 Fords out front, a Chevy, then a Ford, and then our Toyota with Lance Ripka.
Yeah, the other guy that I noticed, he saved his tires and he's really marching forward now. He's got around George Dibble and Owens. Jason Jackson is starting to come alive. Him and Ottaviani are moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty traditional here. Ottaviani just run an 8-1, fastest amongst the top guys. So Ottaviani absolutely flying out here.
Yeah, I really like what I'm seeing out of him and Jackson right now. They're looking really sporty.
George Dibble having a nice run back here in 11th in that McDonald's machine. How about George tonight?
Yeah, George is doing good. He's got a really good-looking car riding up towards the front right now in the top 10.
One of these days, someone's going to send me some French fries. I guarantee it, Adam.
I could go for a Big Mac right now.
I'm telling you. TJ Rogers out front, Greg Ratliff in tow. There's Bruce and Record. So these four separating a little bit. Williams and Beller right there. Ripka hanging on. And here comes Ottaviani along with Abear and Jackson. Dibble's still right in this thing. Owens has now slipped back to 12th, Adam.
Yeah, like I said, and I see Thompson is actually moving forward too. Thompson and Spears coming up on Owens. They've been slowly but surely reeling them in over the last about 9 laps.
Let's talk a little bit about Spear here. I mean, what do you think about the way he drives, the tracks he likes? Is this something that could suit him here on the long run?
Absolutely. This kind of track, these temperatures, and the setup for a gas mileage race really fits into his driving style for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you always look for him to move forward at the end of rounds. And, right now, I mean, we're at least past halfway through this run. So it's going to be interesting here. The other interesting part, who's going to make it a two-stopper? Who's going to actually do the math, Adam? I got the abacus back, so I'm doing math over here.
Yeah, I've been crunching the numbers too. And I'm still sticking to my guns on what I said earlier. I see that like Troy Torgerson, Pork Chop, Ashley. Um, oh, Gilly just smacked the wall coming out of 4. But all those guys right now, they're running more conservatively. I think they're going to do this on one stop.
So look in on our leaders. So I think the majority of this field will do it on one stop. And I think even the guys on 2 stops will not come in on lap 30 because it's just the way they do things. Maybe 35 or closer to 40. We'll wait and see, though. There's a look at Claus Williams. Him and Beller still inching in on our lead pack here, so they've almost joined it, Adam.
Yeah, like I said, I've been calling that. I mean, I still like what the front 4 are doing, but yeah, Beller has really caught back up to Claus. I think if those guys work together, they will be on the front 4's back bumpers here real quick.
You've seen Beller there through 1 and 2. He's riding that high side. He's slinging it around. Claus also known for the high side, but he's not really up there yet. He's sticking down towards the bottom. You know, Beller coming down here in 3 and 4 as well. But it's all TJ Rogers here early. You see off the corner there, I seen a little wiggle out of maybe both of our leaders there. But the big dog taking a peek down to the inside. Greg Ratliff going to make this move. We've seen Bruce try it. It didn't work.
Yeah, I just see TJ's car looks like it's getting tight.
It is. He just had to back out right there on exit, and bam, 2 cars go by him. So this is the transition point here, lap 27. Now, finally, these guys who've been digging on the inside lane are starting to come forward.
Yeah, and once they start mixing it up, which they really didn't mix it up that much. I mean, the 2 cars, but they got around TJ real quick. So that didn't really help the guys behind them that are trying to catch up. There's no side-by-side racing. But now Claus should have been in the Ford, and Eric have caught the back of the pack right now, and they got their draft.
Let it go, Mr. Newton. You're like a dog with a bone here with the Ford. There's Lance, and how about Michael Ottaviani? Let's go on board here with Ottaviani, and maybe Adam, you can have a look and see how he's driving and why you think he's pretty good on these late part of these runs.
Well, he's just driving it in and letting it roll, and that's what I'm seeing out of Jackson as well. Jackson and Ottaviani are doing something similar to what I would like to do, driving in a little bit hard and then let it roll through the center and then pick it back up. But if they are going to try to manage this gas and whatnot, I think they're doing it the correct way. Ride to bottom, ease on the exit. I think that's in their favor.
I think it is. Let's check in on 2nd place. He is going for the lead here. Darren Bruce making a move, and it looks like Rogers has slipped, so we missed a little bit of action at the front here. Or no, we didn't. These 2 went by Rogers. My mistake. Now Bruce going by Greg Ratliff. Big shout out to the grandbabies at home as Darren Bruce takes the lead.
Yeah, what I was seeing right there, Wrecker got by him on the lap before. When we were taking a look at Ottaviani, he just slipped by him. TJ slid up, but TJ's car is really, really falling off right now, Dean.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we've seen TJ. Now, he doesn't fall off like we've seen Owens fall off, but he still has some late in the run. Right now, he's got Claus Williams, Beller, Ripka, and Ottaviani lining up behind him, so he's got to hang on for dear life. Bruce out front, they cannot let him get away. We're on lap 31 and 90. A 2-stopper would mean pit stops are imminent. Look a little further back. There's Spear and Rick Thompson along with Jason Ratliff. So these 3 here doing a nice job. Rick Thompson up 16. Jason Ratliff up 16. Nick Baris just behind them up 13. Those are our big movers on the night.
Yeah, and like I said, I like what I see out of those guys. They've maintained their stuff. They've got to pick up the pace a little bit to catch these sprint guys, but they're definitely coming on at a good time before pit stops. And pit stops, here at this place are just tricky as can be. You can
Well,
spin out in a heartbeat coming to pit road here.
and you see it here. Wrecker has come in. Be still, my beating heart. Someone's got some math they're doing. I love it. Wrecker on schedule in. This could pay huge dividends for him.
And Troy Turlinson's come in, and Rachel's on the apron right now. She's coming off.
All right. So we had a few pitters in already here on lap 32. Bruce, your leader. Ratliff in second. Rogers back up to third now. Here comes
I like
Brees.
mixing it up.
Brees, and we got someone coming in hot. That's Ross Weiss, Ross. And he got control of it. That mellow yellow machine was a little sideways at him.
Oh, yeah, he was definitely crossed up. But, yeah, watch Rachel on these field goods coming around these guys. Coming around, too, right now. She is flying. She's got the big smile hanging outside the window.
Yeah, there she is, coming on through. Oh, no, and she's into pork chop. Travis pushed into the outside wall. Wow. So Hunt with a hard hit into the 88. Let's go back and have a look at this, Adam. Here she is, 3 wide. Now this might take a lap or two for her to get there. Matter of fact, we're going to fast forward here just a bit. You see here, she's coming through the corner, and there's Pork Chop up top. That's Paul Travis Sr. in that Live Church. They go down into this corner, and something happens here. Looks like Paul drives in pretty hard, and Rachel maybe didn't expect, thought she'd clear a little quicker. Doesn't contact. Wow.
Yeah, and that could have been a lot worse than what it was. I mean, they were both able to recover and continue on. I don't know how much damage they have, but definitely that was a good save, as we got some real tight battles going up here for 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now, Dean.
Yeah, 4th, TJ Rogers. 5th, Lance Ripka. 6th, Michael Ottaviani. Throw him under a blanket as Ripka peeks underneath of TJ Rogers.
And here comes A-Bear, too. A-Bear's making a pretty good charge back up here. It's like the car, really, really fell off, and here comes Buckshot. He's trying to get around Rogers right now.
Yeah, he's been trying for several laps, and Rogers just running that high groove and making them work for it. What can they do here? I mean, I think they got to set up the exit a little better here, Adam.
Well, not only that, now you got these cars with new tires. You have Owens that's coming up behind A-Bear. He's on Freshies. And you're going to have 3 other cars coming up here on Freshies as well. And that's going to really, be hard to do right now, because you're trying to make your exit.
Boy, here it comes down the middle, the 26, squeezing through there. Holy cow. Behind him, you got Bruce, making a move on the bottom on his fresh tires. So you're right, Adam. It's heating things up out here. Holy cow, Burris just digging through here and right into the back of Ottaviani.
Yeah, and Edward Kane just wrecked on pit road, and he's out.
That is tragic for sure. So Ottaviani all of a sudden finds himself under heat from A-Bear after taking a shot in the rear end there. The speed difference so different here on fresh tires. You see, here comes Rachel Hunt just coming through here like they're standing still.
Yeah, and here comes Troy Torgerson. He's doing the same thing. I like them short pitting, and they're making up a ton of time right now. I just don't know if it's going to be enough to outdo that one pit stop, Dean.
Well, it's doubtful. My theory is always, Adam, 3 pit stops can beat 2. 2 can't beat 1. It's a pretty generalized statement, but I stick with it. Bruce out front here, almost a second over Greg Ratliff. Beller now underneath the Ratliff, but here comes Hunt on fresh tires. She'll look to make a move and get out of here.
Yeah, and I'm looking around Rachel's car, Dean, and I really don't see any, significant damage that would, hinder her moving forward through the next cycle.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why. I mean, look at the speed difference there. She just drives around them. Holy smokes. Claus Williams getting around TJ Rogers. So he goes around the high side. Otto Viani up here looking for racing room himself. He'll go to the bottom. And he surges forward. So Rogers lets those two go. He slips to 8th. Now Jackson in 9th and Dibble in 10th will take to try and. Lap 40 of 90. 5 more to halfway. Well, 6 more in fact, but nonetheless. Bruce starting to open it up at him.
Yeah, and Paul Kay has retired from the race as well. I mean,
Yeah,
I think he might have had more damage than thought.
Yeah, that was a pretty significant hit to the wall there, and I'm sure that's both drivers will be upset about that, no doubt.
I'll tell you, Eric's giving that car a heck of a ride. He's been trying to get around Greg for several laps, but it's also allowed Buckshot to get back in the mix right now.
Yeah, I mean, Greg, very difficult to pass. Beller trying to move I Love, get up there on the high side and try and get to his outside. He can't quite get there in time.
His car just looks a little bit tighter than what he needs it to be right now.
Yeah, it looks like Buckshot might come on through. He will. So Ripka moves up. Beller was looking to move up and couldn't. Now he loses one, but he'll cross over. Nope, he'll get back in line. Bruce the leader here, lap 42 of 90.
And here comes George Dibble in, Spear Chucker. They're going down into one. Dibble just got around Rogers in turn 3, and Jason and Ratliff are both lined up to try to get around Rogers coming off of 2, and looks like both of them will be successful in getting around TJ.
Jason Spear back here in 10th. That's his name, Adam, by the way.
Sorry, folks, I'll use a lot of nicknames. I've even got one for Dean. I just
Listen, if any has got a new dog and you're trying to train him, you know what I go through. Put his foot right in the water bowl.
Yep, we got the Mountie calling the shots from Canada.
That's right. Good hard racing here. Dibble and Spear racing for 9th position. Right behind him, the Rifleman, Jason Ratliff. He's up 19 spots. Make it 20 as he gets by Dibble here.
Yeah, we should be coming up on pit stops for those front guys. We're in their pit window within 1 to 2 laps.
Yeah, I mean, are you a little surprised Wrecker went in on lap 30 and these guys all still out here? And, you know, I mean, a guy like Bruce out here leading doesn't seem to have a problem going to lap 45?
Yes and no. The speeds have fell off more than I thought they would with this, setup that they have on them tonight. But, I mean, it's worth a shot. I mean, if you do the same old routine, you'll never know if it works. And, I mean, I like what Recordman did.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It might pay off.
George Dibble coming in, one of the first guys in here. Right behind him, looks like Tony Ratliff is in. Fleming is in. Fleming got himself a new paint job, also a nice, cool looking paint.
I mean, I'm looking at what Rachel and, Troy and Owens, what their lap times are right now, and even Ross Weiss, I hope I said his name right. And, I mean, they're almost a second faster than the guys, a second to 3 seconds faster.
Well, right, but now that these guys all pitting as their leaders all come in here, wow, a gaggle of cars down pit entrance here, and they all look safe so far. I mean, once these guys come out, now they're going to be close to a second faster than the other people for 20 laps. Then they'll pit again. So it will be interesting.
Absolutely.
Everybody getting down and into their stalls. Not seeing any problems here. Almost a whole field coming in. And what that tells me, Adam, is they're all running out of gas. So they all barely made it.
Oh, man, I just saw Brantley. He just missed his stall. Slid through it. And Eric Bella had a heck of a pit stop. Look, Ottaviani beat Buckshot out.
Definitely important here as we look at Abear, Williams, Spear, Buskirk also coming in. Wrecker, your new race leader, is going to have a mammoth lead when this is all said and done. So Adam Wrecker assumes the lead here. Nick Barise will slip into second. You got Ross Weiss in third, Chris Owens in fourth, Hunt fifth, Torgerson sixth. Now all 6 of these drivers are going to have to pit again. Then you got Darren Bruce, who's come off of pit road ahead of George Dibble. Dibble with a mammoth move on pit road. My goodness, Adam.
Yeah, I've been paying attention to that. That was impressive.
So George Dibble did something fantastic here. Also set his personal best here tonight with a 42.19. So he's pumped up and ready to go.
It's the French fries, man.
You got to watch it, though. That cholesterol will clog you up.
He must have been chased by the burglar, but right now, I mean, Wrecker has a 9-second lead over second place right now.
Yeah, and I mean, if you go back to what we're actually talking about, which is Darren Bruce, he's got over a 20-second lead.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, looking at the gap, knowing how much they can make up, I mean, he pitted at lap, let's see, he pitted at lap 31. If he goes, say, another 10, 15 laps, that's making up some time, Dean.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I don't know if he can catch it, though. That's going to be but if there's a caution, oh, he's genius.
well, that's the other thing, right? These 6 drivers, Torgenson, Hunt, Owens, Weiss, Barise, and Wrecker have put themselves in position that if anything happens, not only now, but a little bit later in this run as well, they're going to be the beneficiaries of it. They're going to gain all this track position. So there's 2 ways to do it. The other thing is the fresh rubber at the end. They're going to have a lot more fun out there, I guarantee it, because they can actually pass cars. So they're going to go through this field. And I wouldn't be surprised if we go green if Adam Wrecker still ended up in the top 10, heck, maybe the top 5, Adam.
Yeah, I just saw that Valley has retired from the race. He had looked like a penalty, but it's a tough break from him. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely worth trying it.
Good battle out here right now. You got Ross Weiss and the 50 machine. I'm not sure. That's Robert LaPrime there. Now, he is not on the lead lap, but he is right behind Weiss here. Get that Looney Tunes machine.
Yep, that's a cool looking paint scheme for sure.
I mean, you must have watched Little Looney Tunes back in the day, Adam.
We mean a little Looney Tune. I am loony.
Well, I didn't want to say that, Adam.
Oh, everybody's watched Space Jams, and you know how much I love some Air Jordans. So yeah, I'm definitely a Looney Tune person.
See, now you've lost me. I'm too old, Adam. You know, Bugs Bunny, the Roadrunner. I don't know nothing about any Space Jams.
Wile E. Coyote.
Wile E. Coyote. You know, I got my Acme button right here.
I bet you do. Darren has made up about 4 seconds since the pit stop, but that's a long 4 seconds that he's made up.
Yeah, Darren Bruce now 14 and a half seconds off the lead. I gotta tell you, that's not great for Adam Recker. Recker's gonna have to pit. He's gonna fall back to well back. Probably not enough time to run down the likes of Bruce, but he may run down some of them. Dibble, the story of the night so far, a great pit stop has propelled him into second place amongst those guys who are the late pitters. So he's currently in 7th on the track. But remember, those top 6 or 5 have to pit. I'll get it straight eventually.
Yeah, Troy's times have fell a lot harder than I would like to see at this point in the run. He's running a lot slower than Wrecker and Brees and Ross right now. But I expect to see Owens, because he was the first one out that group that pitted. Owens should be on pit road any time now.
Well, still a little early according to the abacus. You know, we want to get her up to about lap 60 there, Adam. But yeah, I mean, early pit stop, nothing wrong with that either. I mean, you don't want your tires to be too equal to Bruce and them, though, do you?
No, and see, he was the first one that came in. Owens pitted on lap 29 out of all those guys in that 6. But, yeah, I agree with you. You got to run at least 6 more laps.
There is Owens. So good on the early parts of the race. Fell off a little bit, and you can see there. The exit there just overdrove it a bit. You get a little tight when you do that. You got to be a little more patient as Dibble comes on through. Now he's on probably some older tires, so that is understandable.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm impressed with Dibble tonight. I mean, he's been found some speed, Dean.
Oh, he's the story of the race. I mean, George Dibble, George Costanza. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he's got a wool shirt on.
Something. He's definitely found some get up and go for tonight. That's for sure.
It's a little Seinfeld reference for you who don't know about the wool shirt, but nonetheless. Adam Recker, your race leader out here, got a 9.7 second lead over Nick Burris. Ross Weiss in 3rd, right there with Burris. Bruce starting to hunt them down. Now 11 seconds off the lead in 4th. Dibble right there with Bruce on the same strategy. The 94 having the race for the ages for him. Greg Ratliff, the big dog, in 6th. It's Beller in 7th. Chris Owens hanging on to 8th. Ripken 9th. And Jason Ratliff, the rifleman, battling with Jackson here for 10th. Jason Ratliff up 20 spots, Adam.
I was doing a little homework while you were talking just then. The Wrecker is really doing some impressive laps right now. At the same point before pit stops, he is almost 2/10 faster than what Darren, the race leader, was running at this same point. So if he can do this, and it looks like he ain't coming in just yet, is he? Yep, he's coming into pit road right now, Dean.
All right, race leader Adam Recker onto pit road. Nice aggressive entry there. So pretty solid for Recker. Burris goes by and assumes the lead. He's got Bruce right there with him. So I like this stop. This is about the perfect timing for this stop. I really like what Wrecker did. Now, can he get back to the front? That's a tall order, Adam.
It
Oh,
is,
and he
but
slid through his stall, Adam. Oh, and he can't
yeah,
get parked either. He's in all kinds of trouble down here.
yeah, he what he had going is gone now.
It isn't gone, but he sure took away what. I mean, if you're gonna do a two-stopper against a one-stopper, you got to be perfect, don't you, Adam?
Yeah, no mistakes, no mistakes. And right now, Darren is getting around. The Warden is making his way back to the lead.
Yeah, the Warden now out front. And the 15, he got Baris on his bumper, but he'll pull away here through the corner. It's Dibble who will try to chase him down. So Dibble having a great run, the 94, dealing with a little bit of traffic. He's got to make short work of Baris here so he can stay with Darren Brutes. Right behind them, there is Greg Ratliff, and now Greg's surging through this traffic. He's going to make a move on Dibble here.
Oh, and I just caught the tail end of this. Owen slid through his pit stall too.
Wow, trouble there for them. Baris is in, Weiss is in. Both of them look safe so far. So,
Well, I mean, we said it in the keys to the race. You can't make these mistakes.
you absolutely cannot. There's no doubt these guys are too good and too tough. Up front, Bruce Dibble and Ratliff. Beller right there. Jason Ratliff wants to be the story of the night. He's up 25 spots into 5th. My goodness. Ripka 6th, Jackson 7th, Abear, Spear, and TJ Rogers, your top 10. Just outside, Rick Thompson up 18 spots.
Yeah, Breeze comes off pit road. Breeze actually had a really quick stop, Dean. So he's going to be really trying to march forward. And I'm watching Wrecker right now. Wrecker is driving the wheels off that car.
See everybody
But
getting a little
he lost
spread out.
so much time.
So we look at some of our, we'll bring up our pit board here. And you can see
34 seconds back.
Rachel Hunt right now doing the best out of them all. I'm not sure she's pitted yet though, so that's not great for her. So I don't think anybody inside the top 20 has had 2 stops. There is Bruce, Dibble, and Ratliff. Good race cooking here. Just under 30 laps remaining here in the Brian McGowan Memorial 200. Of course, Brian, a service member, 20 years of service to his country, a best friend of the Toadman growing up, and we're here to celebrate him and not mourn. So a little celebration race for Brian McGowan.
Yeah, we got Big Smile coming into pit road, Dean.
Yeah, Rachel Hunt comes in and relinquishes 15th or so. So she's going to have a long road back towards the front. This battle, though, it's maintaining. Dibble and Ratliff really going at it here. The 41 mixed in here. That is Ross Weiss. He'll drive right through the middle. He got that fresh rubber. He got to go.
Yeah, we got a heck of a battle going on for 12th back. They've been switching it up between Claus, Rogers, Thompson, and Ottaviani. Ottaviani's been fighting with Thompson the last couple laps and just can't seem to get by him yet.
Well, equal tires so difficult here at Auto Club. You really got to muscle your way through.
Yeah, and I told you, that old Spear, he had a good, clean pit stop, and he's up to 9th place. He may have turned his season around from last season, Dean. He's still on the track, and it's past lap 40.
Well, I mean, really, I mean, this is what we need, and let's hope and pray we're not putting the jinx on him here. But the 83, he gets in a lot of stuff, and this has been going on for a long, long time. This is none of his doing, generally speaking, and it's just some bad luck. And man, maybe I can use that Acme button, and we'll get rid of that curse right here, right now, Adam.
Yep. He's had a pretty good, clean race. I mean, he's caught up to the back of Jackson and A-Bear and Buckshot right now, and he's looking smooth. And if he keeps saving some tire, I think he might have something for these guys.
Well, remember now, Jackson was running for a championship last season, just come up a hair short. So, you don't sleep on him. He's in 8th right now, and 25 laps. He's got spots right in front of him as A-Bear looks underneath the Lance Ripka.
Yeah, and we had Big Dog and Beller got around Dibble for 3rd, 4th, and Rifleman is catching up with Dibble right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's on fire. I mean, this 55 has got some speed tonight. Watch out. He's also got a Smith & Wesson in the cab, so you may want to stay out of his way.
Depending on model it is.
Look at that beautiful paint job there. Jason Ratliff up 25 spots this evening. So Dibble with his pit stop genius is up to 4th. He was in 2nd, but this is a net gain so far. Beller's moved up to 3rd. Ratliff has pulled away a little bit, and Bruce is away from him a little bit. So they're getting a little spread out up here now. You got A-Bear, Ripka, and Jackson battling. Spear right here with them. Claus Williams attaching himself. And it's TJ Rogers. There is Rachel Hunt. Got a ton of work to do, but she got better tires. You can see there. Whoa. Right on through she'll go.
And she's hitting a big smile as she's doing it.
So let's look in on our pit strategies at one more time here. Top 20, still don't see any two-stoppers in the top 20. Adam, can we call the two-stopper a bust at this point?
Oh, absolutely, because everyone that tried it, except for one car, had a bad pit stop.
Well, that is true. It's pretty hard to judge at that. We hop on board with our leader, Darren Bruce. Adam, I mean, I'm watching him touch paint down there on the bottom. What do you think of Darren Bruce right now?
I love it. He's saving his tires. And, I mean, those guys right now up front, they're running a 43.6, 43.7. And Wrecker is running a 43.1. And basically got 20 laps left. He's run out of time. Those guys don't have a chance to get up here.
No, Wrecker likely can get up to, I don't know, maybe close to a top 15. That's probably the best he can hope for on that alternate strategy. Bruce, your leader. Ratliff is hunting him down. He's slightly quicker. Beller also slightly quicker. Dibble last time by was quicker. So Bruce slowest out of the top 5 last time around.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's, maybe saving a little bit of gas too, Dean, because remember they drafted for a long time together before they came into pit road on their first pit stop.
And they also pitted right on the number. So, yes, they're definitely saving gas, but I also know can get in the mind of Mr. Bruce a little bit and maybe channel the grandbabies at the same time. He's cagey. The warden, he knows what he's doing. And he is not going to burn them up here. He's not going to try to distance himself. What he's going to do is manage this gap and make sure he's got a little something left in the tank in case anybody gets there.
And that's exactly what I saw on that last lap. I mean, Darren ran a 7.73 to Big Dog 7.61. I mean, you're just managing, but I like what Beller and Dibble and them are doing. They're just staying in line, getting a little bit of toe down the straightaway, especially what I'm seeing out of Rifleman. Rifleman is really drafting really well right now.
Yeah, it looks like he's cooling them down a little bit as Rachel Hunt slings it around the high side here. Winding down, under 20 to go. Some guys we haven't really touched on. Let's take a look around here and see 16th. Well, we'll go to 15th. Tom Ashley, he's up 7. You got 15, up 15 is Michael Fleming. How about that? Let's get a zoom in on this Skull Bandit machine too. I love it. A little unique take on the Skull Bandit. Maybe you can tell me, Adam, was anybody ever run that scheme?
Not that particular one. It's got too much gold on it. But it is good looking though. I love it.
Yeah, great paint. We got the Kailu glass machine and Todd, the Toadman Gilly. Of course, he's riding, thinking about his friend Brian McGowan here and doing a nice job here in 17th, up 3 spots on the night. Looking solid. Adam Kulikowski back in 18th. He's up 9. He's had himself a nice little run inside the top 20. Jason Brantley in that East Coast web printers machine. Got the Alive Church on there as well. Not his night. He's down 9 and 19th. There's Derek Whitford. He also, he's got that Edward Kane sponsorship there. He's not having his night. And then Wrecker, of course, on that 2-stopper. He's moved up to 21st. He'll be our first driver on that strategy to crack the top 20 when he moves a little further up. Buskirk, Baris, all on that same strategy with Weiss and Owens. It wasn't the right call tonight, was it, Adam?
No, it was a total bust, but everything's changed now. We got a yellow flag, Dean.
Robert LaPrime sliding through the grass. The Looney Tunes machine hit the Acme button. Something's happened. We got ourselves a new race, folks.
The gloves are coming off.
Let's have a look at it. Here's LaPrime. Oh, ahead of him, contact. Beller gets into the Whataburger machine, and LaPrime, the victim here, he didn't do anything. He gets collected. Let's get a look at this again. So it looks like Beller, along with the Whataburger machine, I think that is, yes, Herb Ashley. We'll play it in slow motion. So Herb Ashley riding the center. Beller trying to come out of the corner, thinks he might be clear. Not quite clear. Contact. They back out. Hunt gets into the back of Ashley. That sends him up the track. And here late, we're going to see LaPrime just gets clipped. Oh, and Dibble gets clipped. So does the Rifleman. Oh, boy. And up the track and gets the Looney Tunes machine. Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Yeah, and it looks like Rachel Hunt's going to get the free pass.
Rachel Hunt going to be lucky. I don't know if she will. She was involved in that wreck, so probably not.
She either that or she's going to take the wave around. I just saw her up there at the front.
10-4. Right now, pit stop's going on.
Ooh, I like the 2 tires, Dean. Jason Jackson.
Jason Jackson pulls the big maneuver. Bruce gets out in front of the big dog, Greg Ratliff. Ripka sneaks into 4th. Dibble 5th. Spear. It looks like Rogers will come out in front of Thompson, Tony Ratliff, and Beller. So some big winners and losers on pit road there. But Jason Jackson trying something. I love it.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. I was like, here we go. Here's a gambler.
Not even in Vegas, but the chips have been pushed into the middle.
What do you think about that call, Dean?
Well, I mean, I like it a lot from the perspective of, I believe in trying something to win a race. Unfortunately, with more than 10 laps remaining in this race, I don't believe it's the right move. I think he'll fall outside of the top 10 by the end of this thing. I've been wrong so many times, though, Adam. I really don't know how this is going to play out.
My thing is, I hope he doesn't get too loose going through turn one. Because normally when you just take two rights, it loosens it up the first couple laps.
You're right. It looks like Rachel Hunt may still have gotten the lucky dog somehow out of that.
I told you. I know this.
And you see the Jason Ratliff having himself such a good night. He was on pit road getting damage fixed. Kulikowski's all busted up in front of him. That car does not look well, Adam. I mean, I don't know. She's up in the air there on the left side. That's an interesting look at Kulikowski.
Yeah, I think he might. that was big, but no, these guys are tightening up. I think it's going to be really, really tough to not try some different stuff to take the air off of Darren's nose up front.
Well,
that's about the only way that Jackson can do this.
The other question here is, Adam, do we get a clean race from here? I mean, you put all the pressure on everybody, line them up for a restart. I mean, anything can happen. We're going to see 3 wide, maybe 4 wide here. It's going to get heated.
I just hope I hadn't jinxed Jason's fear.
Well, we officially took the curse off of them, so we'll see how this goes. Pace cars off the track. Bruce leading them down. Green flag. Jackson actually leading them down. My bad. Bruce on the high side. And the big dog is trying to slip on through. He should be able to on the bottom here. He'll get around Bruce, maybe. Bruce, though, fighting for all he's worth to hold that spot. He might just hold it, getting that car revved up. And no. Yes, no, I'm not sure. Greg Ratliff down to the bottom.
Yeah, he just didn't have enough to get off that corner, and it looks like, yeah, Jason did 2 tires. I don't think it's going to work at all.
No, it's not going to work for him. He loose off the corner. He holds on to it. Bruce evasive maneuvers down the track. Ripka now will work on him. Out of nowhere, Dibble slings it down to the bottom. They're 3 wide on entrance. Spear right there on his bumper, trying to push him on through. Up front, Greg Ratliff, race leader. Bruce in second. Jackson still hanging on. 12
that's really
lap.
going to hold TJ and them up right now.
Absolutely. I mean, he's not doing bad, though. We're not talking about a mammoth holdup here. Gotta find room. Spear looking for room. It's getting crazy out there. They go 3 wide.
Yeah, they touched coming off that corner right there. I thought Thompson might have spun. He got into the back bumper of Spear.
Well, I think they were all contacting everybody. Thompson down the middle. Big run. Jackson trying to hold off. Jackson slid back. He's already down to 10th place. A. Baird has set the best lap of the race. He's in 9th.
And Eric Bella just hit the wall in turn 1.
So it's Greg Ratliff out front, leading. Bruce trying to run him down. 11 to go, 10 to go at the line. Ripka in 3rd, Dibble 4th. TJ Rogers and Spears slugging it out. Or actually, no, that's Rogers and Dibble we're fighting. Rogers takes the spot. Battle for the lead. Bruce down to the bottom, underneath the Ratliff. They'll head down into 3.
Man, I got some good racing 1st through 5th right now, Dean. Really tight.
Bruce, not to be deterred, will sling it and get on by the 5 of Greg Ratliff. Ratliff, big run, tries to crossover. I don't know if he's got the momentum. It looks like he's got a nose down there.
Yeah, he's definitely got a nose, but they got to settle this amongst themselves pretty quick because they're going to bring Buckshot and TJ in this real quick if they're not careful.
And I think Bruce knows it. He slings it around the high side, trying to get himself some breathing room. Behind him, Spear, Dibble. You got Tony Ratliff and A-Bear in here. Rick Thompson as well in this mix. They are fighting tooth and nail. A-Bear running out of racing room. He falls in line. Bruce and Ratliff go at it again. Greg down to the bottom. Bruce up high. What a battle here.
He's getting a monster run middle off right now, Dean. That's why Big Dog can't get the run on the exit.
Great racing here late in the Brian McGowan Memorial 200. Greg Ratliff trying everything to clear Darren Bruce, and he will. Bruce goes for the crossover, the up and under. He'll get there.
Love it.
Momentum to the 5, though. Greg Ratliff back to the front.
I love how they're mixing it up front, Dean.
Great hard racing. Behind them, Ripka and Rogers trying to run them down. Then you got Dibble slinging it around the high side with Spear underneath them. Spear looking to clear. Can't quite get there. Spear will clear. A-Bear and others looking and hunting. Up front, Greg Ratliff getting a couple of car lengths here as Bruce pushes up, almost catches the wall there. Ripka was trying to get a little bit of a block on TJ Rogers. Rogers trying to slip by on the high side. He'll get that angle. Can he whip it around the high side? He can't.
I think right now Darren is just measuring up Big Dog right now. Ooh, TJ just nailed the wall.
Wow.
Trying to get around Buckshot.
Here goes Bruce down to the bottom. So Bruce looking for the lead. 6 to go. He's going to get it. We're going to look for the up and under. Greg a little too slow with that cut that time. He'll have to fall in line. Bruce, new race leader. 5 to go. Great battle up front. A classic shaping up here tonight. Greg Ratliff tries to wind it up.
Yeah, Rogers just tore the front of his car off. Buckshot and Spear just got around them, and it looks like a couple others will as well.
Dibble in the middle, 3 wide here, under serious heat. Thompson up high, Ratliff low, A-Bear right there, 4 wide momentarily. Oh, and almost contact, there is contact. Thompson and Dibble come together.
And look at there, Fleming and Toadman are getting in the mix as well, Dean.
Toadman into the top 10, how about that? A little bit of McGowan help, and the Toadman approaches into the top 10. Up front, Bruce solidly ahead right now, 2 car lengths. It'll be 3 to go at the line. Back to this hard racing back here. Oh, Thompson and A-Bear maybe on a little contact on entry. The Toadman down low with Fleming right there with him. Dibble trying to hold on. What racing action we have here tonight. Let's go on board with Toadman Todd Gilly here and see what he's dealing with. Heavy pressure here on him.
Oh, man, I'm loving what I'm seeing of these guys. They are racing like it is for the win back here. Toadman's got a heck of a run on Dibble right now. Thompson's pushing.
Oh, contact! They're wiping out in front of him. The Toadman is through. He is safe and alive. Caution on the track. We'll have a green-white checker.
What a heck of a save by Rogers.
Wow. Let's get another look at this. See what happened. see up ahead, you got A-Bear down low, Rogers high, Thompson a little shot perhaps. I'm not sure how it all started, but Dibble and the Toadman slip on through.
I'm telling you, that was amazing. But here's the problem, Dean. No one has the gas for the green-white checkered unless they say.
Nobody's
This
got
is
the
getting
gas.
insane, man.
Well, they should have the gas because of the last caution, right? Am I mistaken on that? Let me see.
Depends on who clutched. Some guys took it early, some guys didn't.
No, you got to remember there was a caution not too long ago, Adam.
Yeah, but like people like Jackson, man, 2 tires. He's coming in for 4 freshies.
Yeah, this is going to shake it up. I mean,
This is going to be madness.
Who's going to pit? Who isn't going to pit? It'll be a log jam up front, and carnage is likely. But we're going to see. We got Dibbles in, Thompson's in, Fleming, Rogers, Williams, a whole slew of cars coming down pit road.
I love it. I love it, Dean.
You got the top 10 have stayed out. Maybe top 11. Everybody else on pit road. Dibble, opportunity knocks. He'll have 4 freshies, and if he can have a good stop, he should be in front of this group. We stay with him here. He's down and away. Whitford with a great stop up there. Can Whitford beat him off of pit road? I don't think so. So it's Dibble. Dibble will win. Dibble will win the battle off pit road. But Whitford with a big move. I don't know what that's a 2-tire stop for Whitford.
Well, some guys were getting damage fixed. That's what I was going to mention to you. It looked like Rogers and a couple of others. Claus, a couple of those guys had, A-Bear had dinged up bumpers and whatnot.
Well, anytime I see a 9-second pit stop, that's 2 tires. That's Whitford. Otto Viani also a 2-tire stop. So those 2 in particular, I don't know if they've gained enough to make it worthwhile for them, Adam.
I don't know. I think those 4 tires are just going to eat these guys up, though.
Wow. We really got something here. We've seen what these top 2 did last time. Now they got 3 laps to settle it. Bruce will be looking to get out there and get a lead. There's no holding back here, Adam.
Absolutely not. And I'm loving it because, I mean, Big Dog was giving the Warden everything he could handle, and the Warden handled it beautifully. But now you got Buckshot and you got Spear Trucker.
Let's not call him that. Okay.
Spear.
I'm just saying, Adam. Sorry. But yeah, there's a lot of storylines here, Adam. None bigger than the Toadman. The Toadman now in 7th place. Is he getting a little divine intervention here, Adam?
Possibly, man. I mean, he missed a big wreck. He's in a great position. See if he can hold on to what he's got or move forward.
Wow. Gotta take my own breath here, Adam. Calm the heart rate down a little bit.
Yeah, I was just actually checking mine. I'm pretty stoked about this green-white checkered right now.
This is something else, folks. Buckle up! You got to survive to finish, folks. That's part of this thing, too. Next flag will determine it.
He's got to get a good start on that high side and the low side.
Bruce holding and waiting. Holding. There he goes. Oh, and he spins him. So does Ratliff. He's turned. And, Spear's involved. And that'll be that, I do believe.
It is.
Unbelievable way to end this thing. Wow. Both the front guys spun their tires. Greg a little more. He lost control. Bruce is going to finish in first. Ripka second. A Bear comes up and gets third. And look, how about Adam Recker? Somehow, some way, he ends up with the top 5. Tony Ratliff slips up there. The Toadman, maybe the story of the night. He finished in 6th. He's going to be thrilled with that. I love it for him as well, Adam.
Yeah, and we were just talking about it, and I think Mr. McGowan was shining down on him tonight.
No doubt about it. That's a fact. Final lap. Darren Bruce gonna get this thing. Let's go back and see what happened here. We're gonna have to go back a little further here. And you're gonna see both our leaders spin the tires. Bruce there he goes. Now he controls it, but there goes the Ratliff as well. Now he goes up, and Spear gets a little piece of him there, and around they go. Ratliff gets into Spear, and they're both gone. What a shame. Darren Bruce, though, coming around to grab his checkered flag here. What a night. The 15 with the grandchildren, I'll say, in tow. He's going to love that in the Bruce household.
Yep, the old grand kiddos are watching.
What a night of racing. A little shame the way it ended, Adam, but really a thrilling night at the track here.
Yeah, it was shaping up to be a monster finish, too. And I was, that's part of racing, though. If you don't watch your tires, it can get you on those restarts, and that's exactly what happened. I put the curse on Spear.
Well, I thought I removed it, Adam, and that's for Jason is all we can really say. Jason will end up in 25th position here tonight.
But overall, it was extremely entertaining. Different strategies, and that last caution really, really mixed things up for these guys.
It did, as we look in on Bruce here. There's Ripka, second place. He's going to be thrilled with that. A Bear in third, and a great night for him. Tony Ratliff, Adam Recker. Tony Ratliff and Adam Recker are the big beneficiaries here. They really get up there and grab some spots. What a night.
Yeah, that one starts them off with good points for the new season.
And we're going to make you the official judge of these burnouts, Adam. So here goes Bruce, and he's lighting them up.
Doing a classic, but very subtle 360 style burnout, giving it a good old burn down.
Well, he ended up right in the center here. The crest, is that worth some points?
Oh yeah, definitely style points for sure.
That's a great photo right there. On that note, we're going to go to a commercial break. We'll come back. We'll get some race interviews in. Back here at Auto Club in the Brian McGowan Memorial 200. Darren Bruce sitting right in the middle of that AAA, right on the bell. He is your race winner in what was a thrilling fight. His fight with Greg Ratliff there was something else. We were looking forward to that at the end of that, weren't we, Adam?
Absolutely. I thought that was going to be a crazy finish to this race, even though it still was a crazy ending to the race, just a little bit different than what we expected.
It really was. We look past 5th place. Todd Gilly, another big story on the night. The Toadman with 6th position. Tom Ashley in 7th and Brantley in 8th. What a recovery by those two. Dibble gets 9th, a great race for him. Whitford slips into 10th. Fleming, Rogers, Thompson, Ottaviani, Williams, Baris, Weiss, and Torgerson. Those are your top 18 racers. And you can see some heartache a little further down, Adam. A lot of guys. I mean, Paul Travis early in the race. That was tragic. Beller ends up 4 laps down. Spear, of course, Buskirk back there, and Greg Ratliff 23rd after what a great race.
Yeah, it was definitely some comers and goers tonight, and I'll tell you the one that if I had a horseshoe, I would go or needed one, I'd go ask Adam Rutker for one because he had the comeback after that huge miss pit, and he rebounded very nicely, Dean.
Yeah, he certainly did. There's no doubt about it. Another guy who got all he can get, or he was all he can be. That's James Aber, the number 25, up 12 spots, finishes 3rd here in a highly contested race here at the end. Congratulations, James.
Yeah, thanks. It was a good race tonight. I was hoping to keep it clean all the way to the end there, but I guess I don't even know what happened. I'll have to go back and look. Either way, we still came away with the top 3. Pretty happy about that. Definitely good at this track and know how to manage the tires and runs and all that good stuff. So yeah, it was definitely going to be a strategy and managing fuel as well on top of that. So all in all, great strategy race. Would have loved to race out to the end of this for P3, but I mean, I'll take a P3. However, you got to get it.
Yeah, absolutely, James. And quietly, I might add tonight from our perspective. I mean, you're riding in there around that top 5 all night long. But just being quiet. You're doing exactly what you just described, managing your stuff. I mean, how important was it out here to just kind of be patient? You got to, you had the fuel mileage, like you said. Was that a big part of that patience?
I definitely say so. Yeah, I'm sure you guys saw. I think roughly around lap 30 is when these tires fall off a cliff, and if you're not saving your tire the entire time throughout the run, you're going to fall back. And we started to see that. At least I did from my view, my cockpit view. Um, Guys starting to come back to me, and yeah, it's just important to make sure you took care of your car tonight.
Well, I mean, James, you did all that. You did all that right. I mean, how important on race 1 is it to get a solid finish here? I mean, everybody likes these championship battles, and it's nice not to have it go the other way here in race 1, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good because usually with Daytona, it's a little bit luck, a little bit skill, the whole combined effort to get good finishes. And usually with the super speedway races, something happens and I wind up getting taken out or finishing 20th or 15th. So it's super important to get these good finishes in early on.
Well, wasn't it like you didn't have some adversity there? I mean, those last couple of little restarts, it got a little hairy out there. Not the very last one, but before that. I mean, guys running 3 wide, 4 wide, bottlenecking. You had Jackson was on 2 tires, kind of bottlenecking things a little tiny bit, but leading into some little contacts and little rubbing. Rubbing's racing, though, right, James?
100%. Rubbin's racing. As long as you don't wreck the guy, that's all that matters. But yeah, those were some hectic restarts. I was just I knew I was faster than the majority of the people in front of me. I was just trying to figure out how to get around. And that's 90% of the battle on this track. It's extremely difficult to pass because the runs are huge when they come. And the arrow definitely plays a factor in this as well.
Well, James, I did a great job managing that machine all night, not overdriving it, and you end up getting paid off with 3rd place. So big congrats on that. Great way to start your season, man. And we'll turn the mic over to you. Any shout outs you got?
Yeah, shout out my teammate Lance. He's helped me through a little bit of stuff recently, and just overall solid teammate, especially tonight. I was really struggling in practice with this, and he gave me some pointers on exactly what I needed to get done. So huge shout out to Lance.
All right, there you go, Adam. That's James Bear, the number 25, third place here this evening.
Well, Dean, I've got old Buckshot down here on pit road after his second place finish and a pretty uh, quiet race for him for the most part. Tell us about your race tonight, Buckshot. How did you manage to pull his second place off?
I just kept the car in a position to where I had a chance at it, tried saving tires. Kind of fell back on that first green flag pit stop, slid through my box, so had to gain some time without shredding the tires off. That was a handful, but I think I could have got there to the end on one stop. But I don't know. Yeah, it was pretty quiet. I was didn't get much practice, so I was just gonna accept what I got, and hey, I'll take a second.
Did you have anything for Bruce and for Big Dog before all the chaos happened at the end of the race? Did you think you had a shot of catching back up to him?
I think the only shot I had at Greg would have been um, him missing the start, to be honest with you, or me getting a better jump than him. And yeah, I hate to see that. He needs a good. He is having a good run, and um, it's been a while since he's been up here, and he deserved that a good finish tonight. And I just hate to see that for him.
Yeah, well, it's good to see you're back to form too, because I mean, for a while, we had talked in the booth that maybe you had lost a little something, but tonight, Lance, you look like you're back to form and back to your consistent and fast paced speed that you normally have in saving tires and methodical on your stops and stuff, except for that pit stop. But do you think that the race pace was um, more towards your favor of your style of driving tonight?
Yeah, without a doubt. I like those long runs, especially on a track like this. I just have a. I guess I'm able to save my tires well on these tracks, and especially this one. I always had good luck here, So, and I was catching the leaders towards the end of that long green flag run, so I knew if I had a good stop, I'd be in contention there at the end if it stayed green. Yeah, the cautions kind of made me nervous. Luck played in my favor, and here we are.
Well, Lance, it's good to see you back in the form like you're used to seeing in you. And you have any shout outs you want to give or any sponsors you want to holler out for us?
You bet. I'd like to give a shout out to East Coast Web Printers, Alive Church, obviously for sponsoring this league. Kailu Glass, a new sponsor, came on for our Gens 4 series. WTTV, man, you guys put on a hell of a broadcast. And again, everybody in the background, George, Greg, Todd, all those guys, man, they have built a great league here.
All right.
Awesome.
All right, that was Lance Buckshot Repka finishing in second place tonight. Only one did better. The 15, Darren Bruce, perking it right in the middle of the AAA there in Victory Lane. Well, I don't know if that's Victory Lane, but congratulations, Darren, on a hard-fought victory.
Thanks, man. I'm sitting here just sweating, sweating high heaven here. That was a job there. Greg put up a good fight there at the end.
Yeah, well, let's get into that. I mean, that was some of the most entertaining stuff we've seen in a while. You and Greg going at it, crossing each other over, swapping the lead and fighting. It looked like you were very evenly matched, Darren.
It was. I tried to undercut him, and I got around him there to begin with, and I was really surprised he got back around me. But once he got back around me, I didn't know if I get back around him or not. I think after that, I just kind of settled down and not grind my tires off, and I know we didn't have many laps. I just tried to take an easy couple of laps, cool my tires off, and then make another run at him, and was able to get back in front of him. I'm hoping he burnt his tires off trying to get back around me.
Now let's get to that final restart. Of course, both you guys spin the tires a little bit. Easy to do, no doubt. Of course, didn't work out as good for the top lane as it did the bottom. Tell us a little bit about that last restart.
Yeah, I didn't know it was going to spin him like that, but as soon as I felt it breaking loose, I jumped out of it. It's kind of like you see John Force do that when he lights up his tires in a top fuel dragster, and that's kind of what it felt like I was doing, just trying to get out of the gas and get the tires hooked back up before I could take off again. I seen in my mirror, I seen Greg sideways, and I was like, oh no.
I mean, how disappointed were you, Darren, if you see that caution come out and make it 3 to go? I mean, you and Greg were in an epic little battle there.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't want to see it. I especially didn't want to see that first one that came out there. We worked pretty hard to get where we was at, and you never want to see a caution flag when you're leading.
Now, we know you got the grandkids with you, Darren. Do you have them with
Yes,
you right
sir.
now?
I got three of them here. The littlest and Alyssa, she's in bed, but I got little Coty and Savannah and Sarah Beth standing right here over my shoulder.
Well, you tell them we got a big shout out for them from Wind Tunnel TV. And then I talked to Grandpa. Grandpa said that all the candy you want is yours. And we love them. Thanks for viewing. I hope they enjoyed it tonight, Darren.
Oh yeah, they're just standing here, just on their tippy toes.
Well, it was a great race, man, and I mean, let's talk a little more about the race if we could. There, you're trying to do a little. You're out there leading. You got to get to the number. How was fuel mileage? We were concerned there at the end. I mean, well, I guess we'd already had a caution, so not that concerned. But I mean, when you got to halfway, how close were you on fuel?
I had 1/10 of 1 gallon left when I got in my pit stall. I wasn't sure I was going. I figured I was going to be missing when I pulled into my pit stall. That's how close it was. The last 5 laps, I was really coasting there, trying to get to where I could make it to lap 45.
Holy cow, so close. I mean, that is,
Yeah, it
the
was close.
margin of error here on the track these days. But, Darren, you did it all right tonight. You end up in victory lane. What a way to start the season, and a thrilling one here on Wind Tunnel TV. Congratulations, and we'll give you the mic, brother. Any shout outs you want to give?
Yeah, well, shout out you guys. Y'all are the best in broadcasting. Sure enough. Want to thank Mike Brown and Alive Church for sponsoring this series. Jason Brantley, East Coast Web Printers, and Travis Rogers, Kalu Glass. They're helping out with RGR, but Mike Brown, he's the man to make Sunday nights go. I thank my teammates from Spear Motorsports, Jason, Rachel, Michael, and Troy. I think Jason, bless his heart, he just can't get no luck. There he was. Looked like he's going to get him a top 5 there, and it's like trouble finds him, seems like. And I always want to thank my wife for letting me do this. And I got 3 grandkids here, and they got something they want to say here. Y'all get up here close. There we go. That's my fan club.
All right.
Awesome.
Love to hear it, Darren. Excitement in the Bruce household. That's Darren Bruce in Victory Lane. Adam, how about that?
That was an awesome send off for the night right there.
It certainly is, and of course, we be remiss to not bring up the Toadman one more time with Brian McGowan. It's always nice. I mean, we unfortunately we've been through a few of these, Adam, you and I, and when you're able to perform beyond expectations, which I think is fair to say, the Toadman finished in 6th, up 14 spots. It really makes you quite happy, doesn't it?
It sure does, especially in honor of your celebrating your best friend's legacy in life and whatnot. That's an awesome feeling, awesome accomplishment to honor him in that way. I've had the honor to do that. I know Bryce has had that honor as well, and there's nothing that makes you feel better.
Yeah, couldn't sum it up any better. Darren Brewster winner here at Auto Club with a thrilling opening event to the season. Of course, we'll have all the coverage all season long and can't wait to crack open the Tuesday night. We're going to have the Gen 4s, so we look forward to that. Come and see us there. But for myself, Dean Doucette, for Mr. Adam Newton, the Bulldog, that's going to wrap it up from Auto Club, and we'll see you right here next